In the serene city of Enugu, where life never pauses, the successful and vibrant Adaora seemed to have it all: wealth, beauty, influence, and social status, making her a well-known figure in her city. On the night of a grand charity gala, her presence had commanded the room, smiles masking the weight of expectation on her shoulders. But as the evening wore on and the champagne glasses emptied, Adaora disappeared without a trace. Her absence, unnoticed at first, soon gripped the city in a cloud of mystery. Adaora is the epitome of elegance and grace. Born into a prominent family, she has always been in the public eye, but it was her own hard work and ambition that made her a successful lawyer. She had recently made partner in the renowned law firm she works at, which has drawn jealousy from colleagues whom she had been competing tooth and nail with. Her sharp intelligence makes her a force to be reckoned with, earning her both admiration and envy. As her career soared, Adaora had been receiving subtle threats and anonymous messages, which she brushed off as jealous competitors trying to rattle her or people whom had lost cases to her. But the night of her disappearance, something felt different. At the charity gala, she was more distant than usual, her eyes scanning the room as though she were expecting something or someone. Though her disappearance initially shocked her family and the public, for those closest to her, like Amanda, it hinted at a deeper danger Adaora might have been hiding all along. Her sister, Amanda, was the first to sense her absence. Adaora wasn't one to vanish without a word. A cold dread settled deep in Amanda's chest as she searched the hall, then proceeded to the vacant corners of their home. Something was terribly wrong. But where could Adaora have gone? And why had no one seen her leave? She has her whole beautiful life in front of her. She was a woman of good heart who fought for the defenseless. People wondered who would have the heart to hurt her. However, behind Adora's picture-perfect life hides the truth of her personal life. She had been trapped in an abusive relationship with Hilary. A man as powerful as he was dangerous, has emotionally and physically controlled her. On the outside, they appear to be the perfect power couple. Adaora with her thriving career, and Hilary with his wealth and influence. But inside their private world, Hilary's jealousy and possessiveness has escalated into something far darker. Hilary's control over her grew with every passing day, isolating her from friends, silencing her cries for help, and turning her life into a private nightmare. She kept it hidden, even from Amanda, burying her pain beneath her success and the bright lights of her public life. To the outside world, Adaora was strong, unshakable. But within her gilded cage, she was slowly breaking. The night of the charity gala was meant to be her escape. After months of planning, Adaora was ready to leave Chike behind. But as the evening unfolded, the familiar dread returned. She felt his eyes on her, watching her every move, a silent warning that her freedom was slipping away. Before anyone realized, Adaora vanished, without a word, without a trace. Now, Amanda stands in the shadow of her sister's disappearance, piecing together the painful truth Adaora kept hidden. The question remains, did Adaora finally break free, or was she caught in Hilary's grasp one last time? Amanda knew her sister better than anyone else, or so she thought. As the days passed and Adaora was still missing, the police investigation going slowly, and desperation gnawed at Amanda. Her sister had kept a diary, but it was buried deep in her belongings, as if she never wanted anyone to find it. What Amanda read would forever leave her shaken to her bones. Adora's disappearance is more than a mystery, it's a call for help she never heard. The diary revealed Adora's deepest fears. Her words trembled on the pages as she recounted the nights of terror, the suffocating control her own partner's choke had over her, and the bruises no one ever saw. Driven by the discovery and anger, Amanda confronted Hilary. His once polished facade began to crumble as she pressed him for answers. He denied everything at first, his voice smooth and calm. But Amanda could see it in his eyes. He was hiding something. She wasn't leaving him until she found out what.
Where is she, Hilary? What did you do to her?
I don't know what you're talking about. Adaora left you too, didn't she? She's probably off somewhere enjoying herself.
He replied dismissively. But Amanda had already discovered Hilary's attempts to cover up his tracks. An emergency passport, a series of documents and a suspicious bank withdrawal statement laid on the bed. It wasn't long before the cracks in his story grew too big to hide. She snatched his phone, which he was trying to hide behind him, and read the first text messages on the screen. He was being blackmailed by an anonymous number who claimed he knew about all the abuse with picture and video evidence. He seemed to have sent a lot of money to the blackmailer, yet the bird didn't stop singing. Amanda got him arrested immediately for all the pain he unleashed on her sister. She tried to find out if the blackmailer knows her sister's whereabouts, but the person stopped responding to the messages. Amanda found a letter hidden in Adora's apartment, written in her sister's familiar, neat handwriting. The words were like a punch to the gut. Adaora explained everything, the torment, the fear, and her heartbreaking decision to escape. She had faked her own disappearance, desperate for a way out of the abusive relationship that had left her isolated and terrified. It had taken months of planning, carefully severing ties, emptying accounts, and finding a safe place to start anew. Adaora had no choice but to leave behind everyone, even Amanda, in order to find freedom. Knowing it would devastate her family, she pleaded for forgiveness, but most of all, she asked for understanding. She was also the Hillary's blackmailer. She needed to make him feel an atom of what she had been through in his life, and to achieve that, she decided to take what he loves the most, his money. Armed with the truth, Amanda returned home, her mind racing with thoughts of her sister. She had stopped the police from investigating further. The city was left to believe that Adaora had been found, but Amanda now knew the truth. Her sister had freed herself, and that was all that mattered. She would wait for Adaora to return, whenever she was ready. But first, there was one last thing she needed to do. Hillary would not escape justice. She would make sure he spends the rest of his wicked life in jail. Somewhere far away, Adaora started a new life, one free from the chains that had once bound her. She was no longer the woman who was in shackles of abuse. She was the woman who had reappeared, stronger and wiser, living her own best life.